Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
I don't know if you could select a favorite for this match, but maybe Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert with his long storied career.
Why don't you ask Scott Anthony of the Palm Beach Heartthrob who he thinks is going to win this match?
Okay, who do you think is going to win this match?
Eddie Gilbert.
Well, there's a surprise.
Well, getting ready to make his way into the ring for this, the championship match, the man from Monte Carlo, the French Riviera.
Oh, for this event. At a weight of 237 pounds, from Monte Carlo, introducing the Handsome Stranger.
The Handsome Stranger now appearing weekly on the GWF Wrestling Hotline with some absolutely fantastic words for the ladies.
Yeah, he's more like the foolish stranger. He never should have came back to wrestling. I humiliated him. I embarrassed him. I ran him out of the sport. I gave him a chance to bow out gracefully after I humiliated him a few weeks ago.
Just because he's getting more phone calls than you are on Friday nights?
No, he's not getting more phone calls. No one gets more phone calls than me. I am the most popular wrestler. I am the franchise of the Global Wrestling Federation. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. This man's a fool. Look at that ugly lady he's hugging. She's ugly. Anyway, the man's a fool. I gave him a chance to bow out gracefully. Well, I humiliated him. I embarrassed him. He disappeared. Apparently, for some reason, he decided he wanted to be in the TV title tournament. I got robbed. Max said I could be in the tournament. I should be in this tournament. Max said I could.
Interim Commissioner Max Andrews, I guess, is who he's talking about.
Hey, were you there at the opening of the show? You heard Max. He said I could. Look at that buffoon.
Well, it's the Handsome Stranger going for the television title against Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Let's find out what Bonnie and the fans have to say. Bonnie?
As you can see, guys, I've moved down to the front row with Pamela, Courtney, and friends. What do you think about this tournament?
I have enjoyed every single bell.
All right, we're going to go now back to the final two.
The lockup. Thank you, Bonnie. Always interesting comments from the fans.
Hey, that Blackstone chick, she wants me, man. You could tell. She wants me.
Right.
Hey, just Nate Hudson, because you can't get no women because you got no hair. Well, here, a little locking up type deal here. Eddie Gilbert, couple fingers out, trying to outstretch. Tying up. Nope, stranger to chicken. See, he's a chicken, backed off.
You have to think of some of the people that had their names put in the hopper for this tournament who didn't make it. Men like Jeff Gaylord, Terry Gordy, Wild Bill Irwin. Cactus Jack even, I understand, had his name entered in the hopper, but...
Did you see that? A 2 count and a pair of tights pulled. If Eddie Gilbert wasn't the consummate veteran that he is, he never would have kicked out of that tight pulling 2 count.
But the point I like to make, no members of the cartel in this tournament.
Yeah, Max said I could be in it. You were there at the top of the show.
There you go again with that.
Well, Eddie Gilbert, maybe a little bit, a look of concern as he locks up with a Handsome Stranger who moves it into the side headlock. Back to the ropes they go. Pushes him into the rope, and the Handsome Stranger locks it. 1, 2. Very close to becoming the new global television champion.
And I got to at least admire his strategy. The man's smart. He's going right after the title. He's trying to get a quick pinfall, but it ain't going to happen. Eddie Gilbert's too tough and too smart, and the Stranger's too much of a fool. If he wasn't that dumb, he never would. If the Stranger had half a brain, he wouldn't have come back to the sport after I humiliated him. He knows what's in store for him. I'm just going to humiliate and embarrass him worse.
I don't know how much worse it could possibly get.
We should show that tape again. In fact, we should show that tape of me jumping out of the audience, beating the snot out of them every couple days. But can I say that word? We should show that tape, though. We should show it much more often than we do. Uh-oh, go pushing match.
And look who got the best of that one, the Handsome Stranger.
There's a look on Eddie Gilbert's face that says he has underestimated the Handsome Stranger, Craig. If memory serves, this would be the first match ever between the Handsome Stranger and Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Eddie Gilbert, I don't know how much he knows about the Handsome Stranger, but the Handsome Stranger certainly has done his homework, and he does know Eddie Gilbert.
Wait a minute, you see that? Gilbert went to throw a punch, and the ref hooked his arm, and the Stranger punched him back.
Senior referee James Beard catching Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, ready to throw the punch.
What kind of deal is that? What a biased referee.
It's an official who is preventing a blatant violation of the rules by Eddie Gilbert.
What are you, Mr. Encyclopedia? Listen, Hudson Hummingbird, you and homeboy Johnson, you let me run the show up here from the booth.
Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, who defeated John Tatum in round number 1. The Handsome Stranger defeated Mike Davis.
Eddie Gilbert versus John Tatum. That was an interesting match. I'm surprised Jason Hervey was nowhere in sight.
They get ready to lock up, maybe a test of strength. No, Gilbert.
Ooh, a beautiful chain piece of wrestling there by Mr. Eddie Gilbert, Hot Stuff himself.
Into the hammerlock reversal by the Handsome Stranger.
Yeah, but it wasn't very pretty. He's not as fluid. He's not as graceful.
A lot of fans, the women especially, wondering who the Handsome Stranger is.
He's some garbage man from Jersey. That's why he wears the mask. That little scar over his eyebrow. That's why he wears that mask, cover that hideous scarf when he was a garbage man.
Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert almost looked like he was pouting, and I think the Handsome Stranger thinks he was crying.
That's another common interest I think Eddie Gilbert and John Tatum have in common. But they cry a lot in the ring.
Hey, look, he's crying too.
I don't think so.
What do you think he is anyway? The FTD florist handing out flowers and roses? They get a little couple of wings on his head. Get some wings on his head and a gold suit with a funny hat.
At least the things he delivers, the ladies appreciate.
Ooh. Johnson, I'm going to get you later. The things I would say to you would degrade you so badly on television, you'd never be able to commentate in this town again. Good, a punch to the belly. Or to the leg. Quit blocking my view of the monitor so I can see what the heck is going on here.
Now
taking the knee out, taking the pins out.
Eddie Gilbert has been known to lock on the figure 4 at times to put his opponent away, and that may be what he's going for here. Spinning toe hold into the figure 4. Eddie Gilbert going after the global television title, has the figure 4 locked in here, and the Handsome Stranger is in trouble.
I think I'm going to go down and cheer my boy Eddie on, man. That's what he needs. And maybe I'll just taunt the Stranger as the television title slips out of his grasp.
Good, go. Have a good time, Scott. Thanks for coming.
Well, be careful telling him to have a good time, because a good time to him is making the Stranger's day miserable. Reversal by the Handsome Stranger on the figure 4 as Scott Anthony makes his way down to ringside. Gilbert makes his way to the ropes to break this painful hold.
I am very worried about Scott Anthony being at ringside. That man can't be trusted, quite frankly.
The collision as both men go down. Look, Anthony pushes. It's count of 1, count of 2. Almost the count of 3. The Stranger was almost the new champion. Now the Handsome Stranger with the Irish whip into the corner. Gilbert colliding with the official. The Stranger up to the middle rope. He comes down, but nobody's home. Eddie Gilbert, you remember this is the same object he had against John Tatum. Atomic drop. The foreign object flies. Count of 1, 2, 3, 4. The Stranger waylaid from behind. Eddie Gilbert picks him up for a pile driver. Sends him down. Hot Stuff.
What is Anthony doing?
He's putting the foreign object on the Stranger's hand.
What in the world?
What's going on here?
Look at... Oh, no.
Gilbert won.
No. Gilbert is acting like the Handsome Stranger has slugged him with the foreign object, and he did no such thing. Oh, no.
Well, Gilbert getting up to make a... He ran into the official on purpose.
Oh, please.
The Handsome Stranger dazed. He goes to pick up Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. And James Beard has found the foreign object.
Oh, no.
The fans know that nothing happened. Eddie Gilbert claiming that something happened. If Gilbert was hit by a foreign object, what is he setting up for?
And Anthony explaining to the official how the handsome stranger slugged Eddie Gilbert with the foreign object when nothing of the sort happened.
Well, the belt's coming in. He's going to disqualify the stranger.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has determined that by disqualification, the new GWF TV title champion is Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
Oh, this is a travesty here, fans. Craig Johnson will be back to talk with the new Global Wrestling Federation television champion, Eddie Gilbert, right after this.